What's up, guys? It's Professor Gnome, and we're back. We're going to be looking at Dondozo today, so this has kind of been like my favorite deck to just kind of mess around with and have fun with. I haven't been playing the ladder a whole lot lately just because I've been super busy. So I've really just been having a lot of fun with the game, just like messing around and not really worrying too much about a lot of the competitive decks while we wait for Temporal Forces. So I've been playing a lot of Dondozo, and I actually really like this deck and this build. There's a lot of different builds that are based around this card, but this is the one that I kind of have preferred the most. But definitely let me know what else you guys would like, how else you guys would build it. But really what it's focusing on is this card, Tatsugiri, and we're looking to get them into the discard pile as fast as possible. The reason we want this is because we have Release Rage, which is 50 damage for every Tatsugiri in our discard pile, and if we can get all four, that means we're hitting for 200. Or with the double colorless, we're hitting for 180. And 180 damage coming really quickly. Most times we can get there on like turn 2 very easily and just be able to recycle our Dondozos. Being able to two-shot everything in the format makes it really powerful as a good one-prizer to have on our board. We play Squawkabilly EX just to be able to get to our just get to all our pieces as quickly as possible. We also run Poana, I think. Poana? I think that's how you're supposed to say it. I could be totally wrong. But this card's actually really interesting. What it lets us do is it lets us pick up 3 prize cards and replace them with different cards in our hand. The reason why this is super important is A, if a bunch of our Tatsugiri get prized, we want to be able to have the opportunity to get them out, so we're not losing out on damage. Things like our Squawkabilly on our first turn, if we go second, we're going to really want to make sure we have that, and it just gets us into pieces we could be missing. Obviously we run the double colorless. I have seen builds that run fire energy instead of water and then run something like a Charizard. I think that's totally fine. I think that I don't know. It just never really worked out for me all that much. I kind of just prefer having the water energies in the deck. Just due to the fact that, like, every so often, it just, like, didn't work out, I guess is the easiest way to put it. But it's definitely an option that, like, maybe it works better for you guys than it did me. So running fire energies and the Radiant Charizard is always an option. For stadiums, I run Path to the Peak. May as well play it while we got it. It's still really strong. It doesn't affect us outside of our Squawkabilly, so we can play that down, look for our path, set that, and just kind of stunt our opponent a little bit longer. And yeah, that's pretty much the build, guys. Not anything super complicated. We're using our Kirlia as a draw engine, and also allows us to discard more of our Tatsugiris. And then what we also can do is, if we can't get into our pieces, we can look to hold on to this Tatsugiri specifically, place it down, and go for our survival strategy, which is it allows us to search our deck for 2 cards, put them into your hand, and then shuffle. And then you can switch this Pokemon with one of your bench Pokemon. So it actually works really well as an upfront attacker, if that's something that you want to do with it. If you're not able to pitch it and the rest of your cards to attack with, it may be better to take a turn and set that up. But yeah, so that's going to be the list, guys. Definitely let me know what you think and any changes you would make. Like I said, the Radiant Charizard is an option, or even running 1 Gallade to grab yourself supporter cards is also an option. I don't run them in this. I don't really feel like they're super necessary and just haven't really worked out for me. But definitely let me know if you're having better luck with it. But without further ado, thank you all for checking out the video, and I will see you guys in the games momentarily. Peace. Alright, we're into the game. Our opponent decided to go first. So we're here. We have Ralts to open. We're going to be able to research away all of this. We're up against Charizard. That's actually not bad for us. Playing single prize into Charizard is actually pretty beneficial. So we'll see. There's a heavy ball. That's not bad. And then actually, because so this is actually like an odd thing that like makes the Charizard matchup not too bad. We'll be able to benefit off their Artisan as well, which is another reason why I've seen a lot of builds play Artisan, but I don't. And part of the reason why I don't play Artisan is because so many other like players already are playing Artisan in a lot of decks. And so I actually prefer not to play it because of the fact that I feel like I'll just kind of... I'll get the same result from other people playing it, and I may as well play something else to, like, kind of combo into it. If that makes sense. So, yeah, so perfect. So, like, there's the path. So what I can do is I can Artisan, play down my Dondozo. I can Heavy Ball, see what I find. There's one Tatsugiri. I can Level Ball here. Find myself another. Then what I can do is I can Ultra Ball away this and that. And then I could go Squawk here, but I want to keep the path that I have. So I'm going to grab myself another Tox. I'm going to throw down the path at this point in the game. And for now, I'm going to research everything else away. I was really hoping that I'd be able to find a double colorless. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. So I'm going to grab myself the other Tatsugiri to help thin my deck out. Grab myself one more. Yeah, I'll grab one more. And one more Ralts. Since I already have the Switch, I'm not really worried about them like bossing something up and like making it an awkward situation. And so then I can end my turn there. I was really hoping I would have landed myself into one of my double colorless. Unfortunately, I did not. But it's not too big of a deal. I can probably get it on my next turn. And I already have 3 of the Tatsugiri in place. So I can Ultra Ball away this one and whatever I draw, or the Super Rod, in order to get myself a Kirlia. Place that down, allow myself to draw. I have the Switch in place, so if I get the double colorless, I'll have Switch, Boss, and I can go from there. They have to find a way to clear the path to the peak, because they won't be able to use Pidgeot or Charizard's ability, both benefiting me greatly. What I'd like to be able to do is Boss's orders up the Charmander, make sure there's no Charmander in play, and kind of go from there. They're going to go the full evolution route, it looks like. So if I can boss that up and knock that out, that's kind of even better for me. There's a counter catcher. So we'll see what we're able to find here. We'll get rid of that. We're actually going to get rid of the counter catcher for now. Actually, we'll get rid of the Super Rod. And from here, we'll grab ourselves Kirlia. We will place it on the Kirlia in the back. We will Refinement. Now we'll get rid of the counter catcher. There's a single energy, so not exactly what we were looking for. But it works all the same for now. We'll just throw that down on Dondozo. And then from there, we'll end our turn, because we don't have anything we want to discard for the Refinement anyway. So we'll give them one more turn. It's a little awkward, not exactly how we would have wanted that to go. But it's not too bad. There's another rare candy, but that doesn't really matter. I assume they'll just pass. Or they have Charizard in hand, but that doesn't help them either. Yeah, so they just passed. And this is why I like Path to the Peak is so strong. What are our prize cards? Just Switch, Kirlia, and an energy. Probably should have just Refinement right away. It's a little awkward after Refinement away my own Kirlia. Oh, it's so much worse. None of this is really what I want. That sucks so hard. That was a mistake. I should have just refinemented away the heavy ball right away. But I was hoping that I'd be able to pull something out. But I should have counted my cards a little bit better. They're probably just going to pass anyway, so it's not the biggest problem in the world. But hypothetically, I'd be 2 cards deeper into my deck, and I'd have 2 Kirlia on board able to use consistently. So we're going to place that down. We'll switch into Dondozo, play the boss's orders down, get this, and then from here, we're really never going to be in a position where counter catcher is going to come up, or at least we shouldn't. There's our double colorless, so that's pretty good. And now we can start getting stuff done. So we're going to hit for 180 consistently, or with this Dondozo, we'll hit for 200. But we'll hit with 180 consistently, so we can place the double colorless down on either of these Dondozos on the next turn. And Irida can help find us our other pieces. And, like, really this is why we play Path. Because Charizard has ways to deal with it and get around it. But if they don't, there's not a lot they can do. Like, it just stalls them for a very long time. They only run like 1 vacuum, so really all we're going to do is just look for another one. And place that down, or we're going to look for just like another boss's order, so we can just boss this Charmander up, knock it out. And if we can stop them from just getting Charmanders on board, it really doesn't matter how long the game goes. That's fine, we have a double colorless in hand. Or double turbo, whatever. So we can just place that down right away. And then we'll refinement away the Ultra Ball. It doesn't really do anything for us at the moment. Perfect. Yeah, I think we'll just stick to the plan. So we're just going to boss this up. And we're just going to go ahead and knock this out right away. Kind of force them to have to find and use Super Rod. What we can do is, if they don't get into another Charmander, so let's see, there's, what, 2? So they have 2 more decks somewhere. What I'd like to be able to do is, like, reshuffle them with an Iono if they're... Okay, so they run 2 vacuum in their build. Quick search. What I'd like to be able to do is like find an Iono, search out my other paths of the peak, so that way they get reshuffled, so they don't have their vacuum in hand. Play down my path and then knock out the Mew to make it harder for them to search their vacuum out. Would be the most ideal way to go about this. Another Pidgey. Interesting. How many rare candies did they already use? I think only 1, right? 1. What have they been discarding? Alright, just the Vitality Band. So, let's see. They have 3 rare candies in the deck, probably still. They have 1 Charmander still left in the deck. And maybe 1 Pidgey? That's not too bad for us. And they use their Charmeleon. Not that that really matters, but it just makes it so their rare candies matter more. I think we Pal Pad in both bosses. We're just going to want those in general. We'll Pal Pad back in the boss's orders. Then what we'll do is we'll refinement away the heavy ball. If we draw stuff we really don't want, yeah, like the Ralts and the other Dondozo at this point. Get rid of the Irida. We'll start getting these out of the deck. We'll throw down the double colorless. And then we'll just do the regular knockout onto the Mew right here. Just look to thin our deck. Grab ourselves a prize card. There's the other Kirlia we were looking for. So now we'll have 2 discards for next turn to help get us into our pieces. They'll probably be able to evolve here, knock us out, but then we get the 2-shot back. And we're pretty much fine from there. There's not too much we have to worry about, I don't think. So they knock this one out. We come in, attack, get knocked out. We bring this one in, knock that out. And then I don't think there's anything they can do outside of just rebuilding another Charizard. But if they don't turn this into a Pidgeot, then we just bosses orders it up and knock it out. Same for anything else that they try to like build, especially because we have 2 more boss in the deck that we can confirm. Research another Charizard away. Blazing Darkness. Not that big a deal. We'll keep the Dondozo with water energy on it for now, just in case Math needs to check out later for some situation. So we'll Kirlia here, get rid of the Squawkabilly. There's the Iono. So we'll lay down the path. Place this down. Place down Dondozo. Double colorless onto that. Then we can Iono here. Get ourselves 3 new cards, but really we're just shuffling their options away. And then we also have the Super Rod, which is the more important part for getting back our Dondozos as these get knocked out. Just to guarantee the play later. And there's our boss's orders. So we have pretty much everything unless some sort of awkward Iono situation happens. We're pretty much in the clear. Let's see. Yeah. Think we're fine. Because there's 1, 2, 3, so we should have... There's 1 double colorless in our prizes, and then there's still plenty of energy left in the deck. At least I think that's what I remember being in our prizes, was a double colorless. The benefit here is that they're going to have to play another Charmander down. Okay, the Iono's a little annoying. But they're going to have to play another Charmander down or something like that in order to kind of end the game. It's like there's a collapsed. That doesn't matter. Because they attack into us, they knock this out. Right. We come back in. We knock this out. If they only have the 2 Pidgeots to operate with, they can bring 1 in, attack, we attack back. They could retreat, go into the fresh one, attack, get the knockout, but then we just bring in another one, and then boss up the old one, or attack into the new one. They're both in the same position, and then we just set up like the 4th Dondozo is also an option. So this game's pretty much secured, and if they do decide to like play down a Charmander or something like that, it's even easier. Especially if they decide to set like multiple. 'Cause there's 1. Yeah, so we bring this back in. We will bring in again the one that already has the double colorless assigned to it. And then we'll put ourselves in the same situation. So we will path. Then what we can do is refinement. Get rid of the level ball because we no longer need it. There's an energy. We'll Irida here to make sure we have the super rod in play. Then what we can do is super rod, throw 2 Dondozos back in, and the water energy. Make drawing those pretty easy for us. And there's the boss's orders. Perfect. Yeah, so we can Relentless, or Release Rage, rather. Get the knockout on the Charizard. Grab ourselves 2 more prize cards. Hopefully we grab... We did not. We got the Switch. Little unfortunate, but not the biggest deal in the world. We stopped them from being able to path to the peak. In this situation, that would give them a rare candy. Or did they already use all the rare candies? Go away. They used 3. So they're probably going to just go into a Charmander here. Or a Charmeleon, because they are super rod at that. Yeah, so the boss's orders is totally fine. If they wanted to, like, be fancy about it, like I said, they could attack into this, remove the path, and then try to level up that way. So yeah, looks like that's the play they were going to attempt to do. But it, like, I don't think that was really going to matter. So we'll just be quick about it. Boss's orders. This up. Get the knockout since we only need 1 more prize card anyway. Bop bop. Get the knockout. And easy peasy. This is why Path to the Peak is so broken. There's the other water energy. But yeah, so that was a pretty easy game. Just, again, it's the reason why we run Path. It makes every deck just better. And Charizard is super powerful, but it relies so heavily on Pidgey and Charizard to be good and use their really broken abilities. So if they can't, then there's just nothing they can do. Most of them just run, like, 1 Lost Vacuum anyway. So the fact that they ran 2 made it a little annoying, but, like, honestly not that bad. But yeah, that's game 1, guys, so we'll see you in game 2. See you there. Peace. Alright, we're into the next game. We actually won the coin flip, so we're choosing to go first. We're going to... Or, sorry, we won the coin flip, so we're going to be going second. Do we want to open... Yeah, we'll open Tatsugiri. And we'll put Ralts into the back. And then we'll pass our turn. Or start the game, rather. Roaring Moon. Cool. Cool. Nice start for us, I guess. VIP. Grab ourselves a Dondozo. And what's our hand looking like? Yeah, we're going to go Squawk. Then what we'll do is, since we're going to be discarding all this anyway, get rid of these, because we're probably not going to need them. Grab ourselves a Tatsugiri. It looks like most of them are prized, so we're going to look for the Pam, or Pamala, or whatever that card's called. I don't remember. We didn't find it, but not the biggest deal in the world. We're actually going to go ahead and attach to the Tatsugiri. And then what we can do is we're going to Pal Pad back in a boss for later and an Iono. And then go ahead and discard all this. There's a path. That could be good. Doesn't really affect us, so we may as well play it down for right now. And then we'll Heavy Ball. Perfect. And then what we can do is we'll level ball here to grab a Kirlia for next turn. So that way we'll be able to discard this Tatsugiri. And we'll place the Ralts down just so that's powered up. Or able to be powered up for later. Grab this. Grab ourselves the 2 water energies from our deck. And we have Dondozo powered up for next turn with the ability to retreat if we want to. But we are kind of just hoping it gets knocked out. And we can actually hold on to the Iono because it looks like their hand's just completely bricked. Perfect. So we don't actually want to Iono them in this situation. So we can refinement. Get rid of the Tatsugiri. Then what do we want to do? We'll level ball here. We'll grab ourselves another Kirlia just to help thin our deck. And a Ralts. Then what we'll do is we'll just refinement again, get rid of the Squawkabilly. Do more cards. So none of the Pams that we're looking for, or Pamalas or whatever. What we'll do is we'll actually just curl up. Put that into our hand so we can get it knocked out on the next turn. And just go into Dondozo, since it doesn't seem like they're doing anything. Yeah. So we'll heavy ball. Grab ourselves the Tatsugiri. And then we'll Ultra Ball here. Get rid of both of those for our other Dondozo. And we can place that down. And water energy. And from here, we'll just kind of end the game. Super anticlimactic, very worthless game 2. So we'll definitely get a game 3 because that it's hard to really even call that one a game. Our opponent either bricked sincerely or just kind of didn't want to play the game, and instead of conceding, just kind of wrote it out. Not really sure. Really anticlimactic, so we'll go game 3. I'll see you guys there. Peace. Alright, we're going into game 3. As long as anything happens this game, it'll be more eventful than the last. So we can, I think, reliably assume that that'll be the case. We opened Dondozo and nothing else, which doesn't totally help our cause. We have a whole hand of supporters. Moonlight Hill. Yo, we all thought this card was going to go absolutely insane. And, like, it should. This card should be so much stronger than it is. Especially for Gardevoir, but I just don't think this card's really changed anything. Which is kind of sad. Capturing Aura. Okay. Kind of like this. I'm interested in what they... the Mimikyu won't matter. You know, cool bonus of playing Dondozo. Don't have to worry about Mimikyu at all. It's exciting. Let's see. So Kirlia. I think I just research all of this away. I'll play the double colorless down because there's no reason not to. But I think I just research everything and start anew. Good enough for me. So we'll play that down. We're going to VIP ourselves out a Squawk and a Ralts. Get that set up. Then what we can do is, since we're going to discard all this anyway, we'll get rid of those. Grab ourselves another Tatsugiri. Get all that discarded. There's another one. So I think in this situation we'll go bop and bop. Then we'll just attack for the 80 damage just to get it down. Make this a little weaker. And then on our next turn, what we can do is we can go Kirlia, Discard the other Tatsugiri. Put one of the Dondozos into the active. Oh. Interesting. Gift energies. And the boss's orders doesn't really matter because I can just switch. I mean, they'll get one prize card out of it, so that's something for them, I guess. We're looking to do 160. We only have 2 in the discard pile, so we're going to be a little short on damage unless we can find the last one. Though we do have Irida to help us do that. So we'll level ball here. What we'll do is add the Tatsugiri to hand. We will refinement. Get rid of that. We can level ball here. See what's in our prize cards. A lot of our double colorless. Makes things a little bit less exciting. But not a big deal. Grab our other Dondozo. And what we'll grab is the Ultra Ball. And then from here, what we'll do is we'll get rid of the Dondozo and the Tatsugiri. And grab ourselves another Ralts. And play that down. And now we'll hit for 180. Being able to take the knockout, put them under a Path to the Peak. Just to help kind of slow them down, stop their momentum a little bit. Get the other double turbo, and the Super Rod. Since we already saw that those weren't our prizes, I'm not worried about throwing the Dondozo away a little early. And also, I'm not worried about like not really having like energies directly available because of the fact that we knew there was double colorless in our prize card, so the chances of us getting one were pretty high. I like the art for this card. I still think the normal art of it, like in the lab or like in that like room, is better, but I don't think this is bad. There's Super Rod. This build is interesting. I'm curious, is this like the standard build now? Like I haven't kind of kept up with Gardevoir in a little bit, so I'm certainly curious. But this is just another example of Dondozo, or not really even Dondozo being super strong, though this deck is like actually shockingly better than you'd think it is. But this is just Path. Like it just breaks so many decks. Where it's like, we just crushed Charizard because Path was down. Gardevoir can't play the game with it on the field. Though, I'm going to be honest, I don't think this Gardevoir build is very good. Like, if this is the standard build now, then that is what it is, and I'm just maybe potentially wrong. But I really don't think this is very good. Like playing the gift energies, and I don't think cool, got that. Obviously like Mimikyu's totally fine, but like I just don't think Radiant Serena is that great in this deck, though I get the idea behind it of like having Radiant Serena and the Moonlit Hills to like really just start mass healing your mons. But yeah, I don't think like all the gift energy were a great idea. But it's definitely interesting. But yeah, that's going to be game 3. Kind of a not the best game, but unfortunately I'm out of time to keep recording with. So this is going to have to be it. I tried to crunch it in. Didn't have as much time during spring break as I thought I would. But that is what it is sometimes. Thank you everybody who made it this far and watched the video all the way to the end. I really appreciate all your support. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. Thank you everybody who's been watching the videos, even though I haven't been uploading as much. It means a lot, and I got a recommendation to set up a Discord, and so I'm gonna try to start working on that soon. If I don't have the time, then that kind of is what it is for right now. But it's definitely a great idea and something I want to look more into and like kind of get more work done in. Just because I think it'd be fun just to have that kind of channel set up. So yeah, be on the lookout for that. Be on the lookout for more videos coming soon. Gonna try to get back on a regular upload schedule soon. Summer's like a month or two away, so that's gonna be super exciting. But I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you all again so much. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share the video to whoever you think might like it, or whoever might hate it. Laugh about it, have some fun. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.